Super Mario Odyssey Online Proximity Voice Chat is here. What is voice proximity, you ask? Well,
Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it...
so yeah, basically when other players are near you, you can hear them. As they walk away, they get quieter and quieter until you can't hear them anymore. Adding this to a game mode like hide and seek makes it a ton more fun. Now to use this, the setup is very similar to the regular Super Mario Odyssey online flow. The Switch's game mod is the same, but you need to use the Prox Chat version of the server, and each player needs to have the Prox Chat client on their computer, with Discord running in the background. Now, here's how to set it all up, starting with the server. To begin, download the latest release from the GitHub page or compile from source. If downloading, extract the files and run server. You may briefly see a window pop up and then disappear, or not really see anything happen at all. If this happens, you probably need to install the .NET 6 runtime to be able to run the application. You can check issues by running the run and keep open bat file to observe the output of the server after it closes. After resolving the issues, you should be able to launch the program to be met with this information. To begin, make sure that you have the .NET 6 SDK installed, and then clone the source from Git. After the project is downloaded, cd to the Git root directory and build the program. Ignore any errors from Prox Chat Client GUI, and you should be able to launch the server program. Launch the server, and then you should be met with this information. Ideally, you have prior experience running a Super Mario Odyssey Online server as the setup is very similar. Open the settings JSON file and set your Discord token, your Discord application ID without quotes, and assign your log channel. If you haven't done this before, you'll need to go to Discord's developer page and create an application to populate these values in the settings. This step is required to have voice proximity working. For help in doing this, resources are available online and in the Discord developer's Discord server. Now, if you're having issues getting things working, make sure that you've done these things first. Make sure that your operating system's firewall allows TCP and UDP connections to your server, and that firewalls further up the chain, like your router, allow the necessary traffic to play Super Mario Odyssey Online. If you're at the point where you're trying out voice proximity, make sure to enable it with the voice prox on command. Now, on to setting up the client. Go ahead to the voice proximity repository, download the client, extract it, and run it. Upon first time launch, you'll be asked for 3 settings: the application ID, the server host, and your in-game username. The application ID is the same as the application ID set up in the server settings, and the server host is just the IP address of the server. To get these, just run the commands appid and pvcip on the server. The in-game username is simply the username that you use in Super Mario Odyssey. If you have any mods installed that modify your username, like how the practice mod appends a PM to the end of your username, make sure to include those modifications here. After that, you should be set up. Change the port in the settings if needed, set up keybinds, and confirm. Click the connect button in the top right corner, and you're off to the races. You should be able to hear and speak to everyone. Remember, voice proximity needs to be enabled server-side for voice proximity to work. Once it's enabled, you have these neat walkie-talkies that you can use to talk to everyone globally, just your teammates, or individual people, regardless of distance. Keep in mind, if you ever change to another server using a different application ID, then you'll need to change it in your client settings too, or the client won't work correctly. After all this setup, you made it. If you experience what you believe to be a bug, please report an issue on the GitHub repository. This will allow me to find a solution for it and improve the experience for everyone. So that's it. You now have Super Mario Odyssey Online with voice proximity. Have fun.